Hi everybody and welcome to the MoneyMan MoneyBoy show on MMA. We had to do an all.
Yeah, I think this is our second one of the year.
Yeah, we had to. I mean, with Khabib Nurmagomedov.
Nice.
Thank you, I nailed it. Fighting Justin Gaethje, who some are dubbing as Rocky, the Rocky fight. And it's starting at 7 o'clock, so I mean, it's the perfect, fits into the betting weekend perfectly. And geez, you couldn't pick a better fight.
Yeah, I mean, I was reading a preview that said if you had to sort of mold a fighter that could beat Khabib, it would be Gaethje because of obviously his strike power, but the fact that he was an All-American wrestler, great on the ground, and could potentially negate Khabib's strong point, which is takedowns. You know, I mean, that's his game, is taking guys to the floor, choking them out, or just whacking them while they're down there. So it's going to be interesting to see whether Gaethje is looking to sort of land that big knockout blow, or whether he's looking to kind of take a bit of the distance and use his momentum on the ground to his advantage, you know?
Well, I think everybody that's fought Nurmagomedov knows one thing, that he's going for a submission.
Yeah.
You know, so and everybody knows that, but there's nothing that they've been able to do to stop it. I mean, his gas tank is. Some people speculate the guy's got 3 lungs. You know, the guy never runs out. But
he's clinical as well.
People said that Gaethje would struggle against Ferguson in the last fight because of the same reasons. That guy had 3 lungs. But you know, that fight was just epic.
Yeah. So
I've never seen 2 guys, and especially Ferguson. I mean, huge respect for Ferguson. How he wasn't carried out of that fight, that octagon, 3 or 4 times in the night was beyond me.
Well, I think he was just in a different dimension by the time he got knocked out. I think he was operating on a different wavelength.
Yeah, that was right at the end of the fight.
Yeah.
Wasn't it? But I mean, he had an uppercut that you can only see on EA Sports and gaming videos, where how he didn't get knocked out of the ring is beyond me.
Yeah.
I mean, that uppercut to the jaw, and it didn't floor him. Man. He went down, but he got straight back.
But he got up. So you don't see this one going the distance though?
I'll tell you, no, I don't. I don't see this going the distance. You know, the key question is obviously Khabib's father passing away, and he was very close to his father. They had a great relationship. I just wonder how much, because I think this is his first fight since then. His dad passing away 3 months ago. How does that affect on his mental health and his preparedness for this fight is anyone's guess, and that to me is a big thing. And Gaethje he's so much fun to watch.
Yeah,
he's proven he can take a shot. He's, like you say, he's an All-American wrestler. The only thing is though the Russian wrestling, the Dagestan. You know, if the Dagestanis, five of the 7 holders of wrestling titles in the world are from there.
Yeah.
You know, they're not from America. So, I mean, Gaethje will want to get him up against the octagon and like a python strangle the life out of him.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting because, like we've said, you know, we know that Khabib's going to be going for a takedown. We know that's his game, but maybe a bit underrated is the fact that he can mix it in all forms. And to be 28-0, you can't be a specialist. You know, you have to be able to punch, you have to be able to kick, you have to be able to wrestle. And I mean, I think he's the only fighter to knock down Conor McGregor. You know, he was bringing out some flying kicks and knees against one of the best sort of kickers in the game. I can't remember the guy's name. So, you know, I don't think he doesn't only have one dimension to him. It's the dimension that suits him best and that he'll probably approach with. But if he gets into a sort of battle of the fists or the feet, you know, he's not guaranteed to lose necessarily. I think a lot of people are kind of looking at it like, well, if he doesn't get a takedown, he's going to get knocked out, which I don't necessarily think is the case. I don't think you go 28-0 without being able to take a few punches, you know, without being able to sort of spar a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know if he takes the sort of punishment Ferguson endured during the Gaethje fight, then you know, it's like I have a general rule of thumb. I try not to fight people that fought bears when they were 8. That's sort of my rule of Fight Club for me. And you know, I like Gaethje in this fight.
Really?
I really do. He's an improving fighter. You know, improving all the time. His confidence and his belief in himself is off the scales. He really is someone that backs himself, and it wouldn't surprise me. And I think that he will win the fight on I think he's going to win the fight on Saturday night.
Knockout.
Yeah, knockout.
Which round?
I would say 3. I'm
Okay.
going to go for a third round knockout. What about you?
I like Khabib by submission, 3rd round.
Yeah.
I think I can't argue with a 28-0. You know, he's got aspirations to retire an undefeated fighter. Something like his father, again, could go either way. It's very interesting in sports to see how professional athletes respond to the death of, you know, family members, especially father figures in sports. It's like, do they go one way or the other? And Khabib's going to go the one way, which is to just come out flying, make it 29-0. I don't see a guy like that losing.
Yeah, look, then no one ever sees a guy undefeated losing until he's defeated. You know, that's the nature of the beast. And it's, you know, he's a heavy favorite. I think he's 1.27. So
maybe a bit heavily favored. You know, if the odds really are stacked against Gaethje. So it's
well, there's no value on you know, if the value bet on
on Khabib.
on Khabib is submission.
Yeah.
You know, I think you can get it at 2.78.
That's what I got here. I think I'll be putting down a little 200 Rand on Khabib by submission.
Yeah, but I mean, Gaethje's not going to submit Khabib.
Yeah.
You know, so if you're going to bet on that, you've got to bet on the knockout.
No, for sure.
And I think that's available at 5 point something, 5 point.
And that's where your money's going to be.
That's where my money's going to be. Yeah.
How much are you putting down this weekend?
It depends on how the weekend goes. Probably around $1,000.
Yeah. Well, we'll see the Premier League results on Saturday, and depending on that.
Absolutely. And the college football and everything else that I bet on. So, yeah, look, I love Gaethje. I think he's, and you know, when I watched was watching the fight, the interviews with the 2 guys, 2 class guys.
Yeah.
Absolutely no animosity, none of the theatrics or the McGregorisms that you see. Just pure respect for two athletes that really respect. And I have no doubt that Khabib respects Gaethje.
And brilliant athletes too, guys that if there was talk there, they'd be able to back it up. You know, so the fact that there's no big talk makes it even better because you're just watching 2 primed athletes go out and do their best.
And you know, you've got a boy from Arizona up against some lad from some dark place in Russia. And it's the first time that Gaethje's parents have ever flown internationally, and they've flown in for this fight. So
sure.
I think that'll be added motivation for anybody to have your parents there. And he says the greatest honor that he has in his life is being able to give back and pay back all the debts of time that those parents put into fostering his career. Because as a wrestler, you know, they lived in a tiny town in Arizona, and any city was always, you know, as he says in his own words, you know, getting school supplies was a big city outing. You know, so they come from a very humble beginnings. First trip, they've flown business class to Abu Dhabi, and you know, I remember when I was playing sports and stuff. My dad was in the stands. It just gave me a little bit more.
Yeah,
you know,
for sure.
So I can't wait to see the fight. I think it's going to be amazing.
And we can watch it with eyes open, not at 3 a.m. So.
Yeah, well, I think it kicks off. Well, the fights kick off at 7, so we're probably watching it somewhere at 10 o'clock here in South Africa. So that's fantastic as well. Eh?
I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm excited as well. Certainly won't need a Viagra for this one. Looking forward.
Glad to hear. Good luck, Kev.